Hello everyone. With you, Kruvuli Andrew Charlie. And in this video, we'll talk about how to properly transfer color to fur using Redshift. We will also test the new hybrid render and compare it to a regular GPU. Just a reminder that you can become a channel sponsor and get a 95% discount on all my assets, voiceovers in another language, etc. Also, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to know what it's about, as well as support me, watch the channel's trailer and read all the information in the attached commentary. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would be very grateful for that. Now, let's go to watch this episode. So, for Redshift, I will use the same scene, lighting and fur. In the Ornatrix settings, I removed Ray Ornatrix mod, as it is not needed here. Now, we need to create the RS principled hair material. To do this, click the right mouse button, next materials, Redshift and select RS principled hair. And all you have to do is load your map into the albedo slot. And first, for the albedo mix, enter a value of 0.5. Also, enter a value equal to 0 for melanin and melanin redness. Further, in order to have the right gloss, the roughness and roughness radial must equal 0.5. Now, assign this material to the object. And check out what you get on the renderer. We see that the color did not appear. I forgot that albedo mix works differently in Redshift than it does in V-Ray. To make the color appear, you need to set the albedo mix value to 1. Now, you need to drag the same map to the tint slot in instance mode. In the end, we will get a more correct shade for the shine. But we don't need 100% of this map. Redshift does not have the standard map blending feature using a percentage value. Therefore, for this task, we need to create a special node. To do this, right-click and find the RS Color Mix node. In Input 2, connect our map. And that way, we can control the power of mixing with white. If the mix is 100%, we will lose gloss on black. We need to reduce this value a little bit for realism. This shade is a much more realistic look. Let's also check what we get with the other map. So, everything's okay with it too. By the way, in Redshift you can also smooth out all these ridges. In the rendering settings, there is a special option for this. First, you need to activate the Advanced tab. Then, go to the Globals tab. There, open the Hair tab. Turn on Min Pixel Width and activate Tessellation. Thus, you get a smooth shape of hairs. If you turn none on again, the ribbing will return. With 8 steps, you get a clear smoothing. As you can see, everything is very simple and there is nothing complicated. Also, you may have already noticed that the Redshift settings have been simplified. So now, you can just select the quality presets. Now, I want to turn off the hybrid render. To do this, in the System tab I turn off the CPU and hybrid rendering. And I start the renderer. The quality settings are set to low. So, rendering on the GPU passed in 190 seconds. I also turned on the denoiser, so I think the quality will be acceptable. This is what the picture looks like without the denoiser. And again with the denoiser. Also, I want to see the rendering time on hybrid settings. To do this, I go into System. And I turn on CPU plus hybrid rendering. The quality settings are the same. I'm also curious to see the performance in the Task Manager. The interesting thing is that the CPU is 100 loaded, but the GPU is not. In this case, it eats up all the GPU memory. It turns out that in hybrid rendering, more work on the CPU, but it uses all the speed of GPU rendering. The hybrid rendering time is 174 seconds. That is, the speed increases 9%. This is strange to me, because usually in the same V-Ray, hybrid rendering is slower. Try it on your side, compare the two types of rendering, and write about the results in a comment. I'm really interested in that. Thus, we got the color transfer on the FUR in Redshift. If you liked this video, don't forget to write about it in the comments, put a like and subscribe to the channel. To be continued. See you soon. Peace, everybody. If this is your first time on this channel, then here, you can learn all the tricks and secrets of 3D grooming in Ornatrix. Also, get your questions answered and get inspired by references from the games. Subscribe and write in the comments how long you do 3D and why you chose this field. What influenced this? If you like what I do, I would be very grateful for any donation to PayPal at the link in the description, buying my models on CG Trader or ArtStation, as well as the purchase of any of the plugins at the links in the attached commentary. What's in it for you? It's very simple. If enough money is collected per month, I will be able to devote my full time to creating lessons for you, not 3 hours a day, which, as you have already noticed, not enough for the fast release of new episodes. Also, don't forget to check out the YouTube community, as I share there all kinds of news, uploading answers to questions, talking about the time spent on lessons, and so on. And, of course, don't forget about my Instagram, where I upload all my work and work in progress.